Hello, welcome to Stampin' by Hannah today. Thank you so much for joining me. I am so excited to be here with you. I have got a brand new filming setup, and I'm just, as I first started to film, it started to sag. So I'm just trying to get that exactly where I want it. Probably should cut this out, but we all know I'm not going to. So, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited to be back. I have, been away for a little bit. Have been and had a baby. He's 8 weeks old the day I film this, which should be the day it goes live actually as well, because I'm so super organised. I meant to do this last night and then just didn't get a chance. So, plan going forward is that hopefully we'll get one of these videos a week, hopefully on a Monday. And I'm going to kind of do a week looking at a particular stamp set or suite and just see how we go. There's like odd bits that'll be added in as well, just because it depends what I've done that week. So like this past week, I did a whole series of things on my Instagram. The link is in the down bar below. About the peaceful, or what's it called? The actual suite name isn't peaceful anything. Seasons of Elegance, which is from the mini catalogue. And, oh, where's it gone? There it is. Seasons of Elegance suite, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And so I did a whole heap of projects, and I've shared them all over my Instagram using this suite. And so I thought I'd do a roundup blog post on a Monday, kind of the Monday after, to go through exactly what I did, all the projects together in one place, and a video. So hopefully we'll be able to carry this on. So I have got a project for you today, and I'm going to show you, she says, because she's obviously forgotten to get out the project that she shared with me. Oh, goodness me. I've got a pile of cards on my desk. I say desk, dining room table, because thanks to small person, I've now got no craft room. So I am crafting kind of on the fly, on the hop, continuously on my dining room table. So I've got a pile, I've got an office in a box, and a craft room in a cupboard. And then, so I've used this page. I used this page a lot for kind of inspiration for last week. And I did a couple of kind of the catalogues. So can you see that? There's a reel of this one. I have to say, I love this embossing folder. This is I'm sure it's in the suite. It is the Painted Trees embossing folder, and it's really beautiful. It's really deep, really lovely embossing folder, and it takes ink really well if your ink pad is dry. So you can see I've used it on this card as well. Used the craft white ink pad, which is dry. It's really dry, and it's taken really well. I used slightly wet, messy, mossy meadow ink pad for this one, and it's streaked, but I don't mind the look of that. I think that's okay. So I did that, and then that card, she says, is here. I love that. It's really pretty, really easy, dead easy. You could so easily make 100 of those, and you do it really quickly. I might actually do that for my neighbours, because I've got a whole street. There's about 20 of us on the street, so that will be a really easy one to put together. Then there's this one, which wasn't a catalogue case, and I made a few weeks ago. But again, that embossing folder in the background, lovely. And these trees, I'm going to use these trees today. This one, which is a kind of take on this card, but I've kind of shortened it down, made it a little bit easier for a A4 card base, because all the samples in the catalogue are American card sizes. So they're all using letter size paper, 8.5 by 11. We don't use 8.5 by 11 in this country. We use A4. So our card shape is slightly different. And so instead of, kind of, that didn't make sense to me. So I've used this and I've changed the sentiment, because I don't want an all the best. All the best is not, I'm never going to send that. I will send a Merry Christmas card. So, but the dimension on that's great as well, because every tree, you've got the tree and the sentiment up on dimensionals. Lovely. Then I've got these two, which I did a reel on last week as well. These are so simple. These are using the Designer Series paper. This paper is stunning. Okay, so you've got a little sample of it in the catalogue, which isn't a bad size sample to be fair, but in person, this paper is just gorgeous. So let me just check what colours are in it. So they're saying cherry cobbler, old olive, mossy meadow, pretty peacock, basic beige, and gold. Are they still saying that on the actual? No, I haven't got the actual sheet. It might still be in my paper. So the way I now store my paper, because I've had to move my craft room, all of my all the scraps go in a plastic envelope. So they're all together. But you get 2 sheets of each of a bunch of designs, and they are different. So they're the 2 kind of basic beige patterns, and they are slightly different, but they're like an acrylic, like the painted acrylic. They're beautiful. And I think that side's easier to see, that they are kind of subtly different. But they've all the colours have got these kind of, so you've got the striped page, I suppose, and then that, which almost looks camouflage, doesn't it? Like a gold camo print, which is lovely. There's a cherry cobbler. It's beautiful. I love this with it kind of down the middle, but it is a little bit difficult to cut for card bases. What I did for this card, can you see, I've actually ended up trimming off this bit of this side, just so I've got a bit more of that gold on the middle. So to make 6 cards, I cut down the middle of there, and then cut that way, so that you've got this gold on that page. That's that basic beige again, and the green, which is definitely mossy meadow, old olive. So the paper is absolutely gorgeous. Then there are 2 stamp sets in this week. So you've got Peaceful Seasons and a bunch of a label-y kind of dies, and a die that cuts out that Christmas, which is fantastic. Let me show you. Where's the card gone? Yeah, so there's it stamped, but you can also die cut it and layer it up. The Christmas will, there we go, knew I'd done it once, will die cut the stamp as well, which is great. Love that, really versatile. And then you've got the Peaceful Evergreens, and there's loads of dies that go with this set, because you've got 1 die for each of the trees. Ooh, she says, goodness me, where's the other tree gone? There it is at the back. So you've got a die for each of the trees. Then you've got this die that does a kind of snowy background. Then you've got the kind of detail-y bits that you could, so you don't usually need to stamp a tree, they could just be die cut. And then you've got these dies, she says, but I've now lost one of this, okay, which look really peculiar, but when I can find it, I don't know where I put it. Ah, there it is. I knew there was another project. Make a cardstock bow, which is just so cool. Absolutely love that. You die cut both of those and that one, and then the little square. Didn't realise you needed to do the little square at first. And then that goes on the front, so it kind of covers up all the mess that you've made, which I just think is brilliant. So that is the suite. It's great. Really lovely. And like I said, I do have a card project for today somewhere underneath the pile of stuff on my desk. As I'm honestly, with not crafting properly, not filming for ages, I feel really rusty. Oh, the other thing is there is some ribbon. It is beautiful, this ribbon. It is, what we're calling it, satin ribbon. I think this is cherry cobbler and gold. And it's really soft, ties really lovely bows, great for tags, great for tying around presents. Yeah, beautiful. So, card. I have got a basic beige card base all ready to go, and I've got some layers. So I've got a piece of basic white and a piece of that designer series paper. So I'm going to layer all of that up together first. I am just using our Stampin' Seal adhesive for this. You could absolutely use wet glue. I am not a wet glue girl. I am rubbish with a wet glue. I just end up with it everywhere. Absolutely prefer a tape runner. I've had to put, actually, because I'm running out of seal, need some more. I've kind of started an order on my Stampin' Up account already with seal in it, because I just know that I will forget when I come to do it. So I've die cut 2 of the kind of detail-y bits of trees out of the designer series paper. So they've got gold on the back, but I'm going to use the plain. So it says plain. It's not really plain, is it? It's still detailed. So I have die cut. I've stamped the sentiment and heat embossed it in white. Die cut that. That's on a bit of cherry cobbler. And I've die cut a scrap of basic beige with that dot. I thought as a layer might be nice. Or trim that down. We are going to do a little bit of stamping, a bit of die cutting. So I'm going to use, let me think. Should we do the biggest tree? Let's get the die, let's get the stamp out and see. Quite regularly we'll do this. So I'll get the stamp out and kind of layer my card up somewhere how I want it. Sort of, so I've got a bit of a sense of scale. And then, yes, I think the biggest tree will work. So, find a block. Not remotely organised with my crafting this morning. Absolutely hopeless. So, yeah, so I'll layer it on with the stamp, and then I can sort of see where it's going to go. So get that all inky. This is an old olive ink pad. And I'm going to stamp that on my piece of basic white. How are you finding the new camera setup? I am aware that I've got a kind of circle because I've got a ring light now. And is that distracting? Because I can go back to using grid paper rather than my glass mat. I do love my glass mat though. Do love this. I'll probably have this underneath my piece of grid paper if we think that the grid paper is beneficial. Probably is, isn't it? I'm thinking out loud here, really. So I've got the die and I've got a piece of washi tape. I washi tape all of my dies before I run them through my die cutting machine, purely because I am a klutz and they move on me. So I do tend to washi tape them to this card. I'm going to just trim that bit off. And then I've got my mini cut and emboss machine. This guy is so cute. And because my new setup, I can actually die cut underneath my camera. I have not been able to do this for a while. The setup I have been using, it's been great and it's worked. It's worked for, oh gosh, 4 or 5 years. But I think this is better actually. I will show you it if you're interested in what I've got. I got it on Amazon. It was about £30, and it's an arm with a ring light and a phone holder attached to it. Really useful. Actually, the ring light is currently being powered. It's a USB powered ring light, so it's actually plugged into a power bank because I've nowhere near a plug socket. I have waffled a lot today, haven't I? I've waffled for 15 minutes so far. Got a cup of coffee and everything. Made myself coffee before I sat down. Haven't drank it yet. So, I think we're ready to layer up. Oh, have you missed me? I've missed you. So I'm going to, should we do that bit first or should we do that bit first? Yeah, let's do that bit first. I'm going to trim that down a little bit. I think it's a bit too fat. I'm going to just trim it to 3 centimetres, and I think is it 10 or 10 and a half? Yeah, so it's the same width as the card. And I've got to say, I would think next time about doing some adhesive sheets on the back of this panel, because there's so many holes in it that it could be really awkward to adhere. We're going to stick loads of stuff over the top of it, so I'm not too worried. So I'm just going to pop some seal on the back, and we're going to cover that up with trees anyway. So I pop that down there. The same with these. If I'd have been thinking about it when I was die cutting last night, I probably would have done some adhesive sheet on the back of those. But I will be brave, put my big girl pants on. Oh, excuse me. And I'm going to use some wet glue and adhere these down. I am just going to run a little bit of adhesive down the middle. I'm quite happy with kind of bits, I don't want to say flapping about, but kind of die cut pieces not being fully adhered, because I think it adds a bit of dimension to a card, which can be quite nice. So I'm going to pop that down, pop that one down over there. Then, so that tree's going to go in the middle. Do I want that flat? No, I've got a thing against flat cards at the moment. Everything has to be dimensional, just has to be. I think, I'm just trying to think, if I'd have been organised, I could have put some ribbon on this as well. It would have been quite nice, but yeah, missed the boat on that. So, pop that layer on there. And then that. And these dies, there's a few of these dies in the pack where they've got like strips either side for you to thread ribbon through, which I have done. So on these ones, you can see, so that's that lovely, used to it being over here, it's not, it's down here now. That's that lovely cherry cobbler ribbon. It's in the suite, and I've threaded it through that die. And this is lovely. This is the striped trim. I don't know where that's from, but it's very nice. I will try and link that for you on the blog post. The link to the blog post will be in the down bar below, and I've threaded that as well. So you've got loads of kind of threading options on this one, sort of designed to be used with ribbon. I'm going to pop another dimensional on this side, so that because it's going to go up on this tree. So, there, like that. What do you think? There we go. Do we need a bit of sparkle? I feel like we need a bit more sparkle. Do I remember that? Now, this is how organised I am. Now thinking, is there some sort of embellishment in this suite? I think there is, isn't there? You just get the card. Yes, there is. There's these. These are the gold textured adhesive backed dots. So that's these. Now I keep thinking they're sort of gold. They're more crushed curry, personally, in my opinion. But they are lovely. They've got a sort of sparkle, gold kind of sparkle in them. So let's have a trio of those as well. So, oh, that's better, isn't it? That's a finished card now. So that is a whole and a roundup of the Season of Elegance suite. It's lovely. As always, there's links in the down bar below, both to my blog, my social media, and to my online store. So if you like the look of anything that you've seen in this video, you can purchase the products over in my online store. All of these cards and projects have been on my Instagram and my Facebook, so do pop over there if you want to see any of the projects in more detail, with the exception of this one, which will be going on later, or about the same sort of time as this video actually. So you can pop over there and see that. Thank you ever so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you again really soon. Don't forget, if you've liked this video, to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.